Welcome to ABC Real Talk Show from America, and I am anchoring from Bangladesh. This is Sinai Sai. Today, our points of discussions are political landscape in Bangladesh, Donald Lu's letter to the political parties, at the same time, declaration of election schedule by the Chief Election Commissioner. And today, we have very distinguished guests from different countries. And first of all, let me introduce them. Mr. Jamaluddin, Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed. He was the president of Bangladesh Chartered Accountants Association and he was general secretary of Economic Association Bangladesh. At the same time, he was chairman of Janata Bank Ltd. And he is basically now a politico-economic analyst. Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Then I'm going to Dr. Zaglul Haider. He is from Canada, and basically he's a political scientist, and he travels in many areas, including economics and law. And he's from Canada. How are you, Dr. Zaglul Haider?
Fine, thank you so much.
And we have a new guest. He's from Finland. He is Mojibur Doftori, Dr. Mojibur Doftori. He is a writer, career development expert. At the same time, he is holding the position of vice chairman of Helsinki Green Party, and he is from Finland. How are you, Dr. Mojibur Doftori?
I'm fine. Thank you, Dr. Sinha and Said Bhai, for inviting me in your program.
Well, let us start from Dr. Zaglul Haider, because you're a political scientist, you know very well what is happening in Bangladesh. At least Donald Low, as the Secretary of State for Central and Asian Affairs, America, recently he wrote a letter to the political parties in Bangladesh, especially Awami League, BNP, and Jatiyo Party. And this letter contains, he requests all the political parties to start dialogue without any condition. And that is a big problem at the moment. You know very well. All the political parties, I mean BNP and Jatiyo Party, BNP and Awami League, they are opposed to each other on many points, many things. Suddenly they can start it without trying to get involved as a mediator. This letter came to the political parties. What are your analysis, Mr. Zaglul Haider?
Thank you, Honorable Moderator, distinguished panelists, and my dear viewers across the world. So, your question is what's going on in Bangladesh right now? In the aftermath of the letter issued by Donald Lu in order to improve the political situation of Bangladesh. I believe that actually, if we see the situation from two perspectives, one is background, one is foreground. And the background, if you look at if you see, Election Commission has already announced its schedule for election. It's going to be held on 7th January 2024. It's almost certain. But Awami League is very happy. Ruling Awami League is very happy. They are going to participate in a unilateral election, which is under their own administration. So they are so happy. And at the same time, another largest party in Bangladesh, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, they are very unhappy after the declaration of the election schedule, because they thought that Election Commission will exercise its sagacity in order to declare the election schedule. And many people, many spectators actually wanted something miracle from the Election Commission. Actually, people thought that Election Commission will not announce the election schedule so early, because actually not announcing the election schedule was not a very big deal, because we do have this kind of experience back home. If you look at 1971, Justice B.A. Siddiqui, the then Chief Justice of East Pakistan, he refused to administer the oath ceremony of Lieutenant General Tikka Khan of Pakistan. You know that. We do have this kind of evidences. But this gentleman, he could show his sagacity, he could show his talent, and in order to unify the nation. But unfortunately, we didn't see any such thing from him, and he has deliberately announced the before. Still we do have a lot of time to announce the election schedule. But still, why did he declare so early? I have no idea. But when declaring the election schedule, he speculate some kind of dialogue between the opposing political parties, especially Awami League and BNP. But if you'd not announce the election schedule, if you'd give some more time, we could test, we could see the situation, and we could test the players, major players. But at this time, we have nothing to do. But after the announcement of election schedule, now it is 50%, at least 50% certain election government is going to organize an election unilaterally. Although rest 50% people still they do not know whether election will be held according to schedule or not. So this was the background. The foreground right now is after that, Donald Lu, the most powerful American assistant foreign minister, assistant foreign secretary, who is equivalent to foreign minister of Bangladesh, he wrote a letter as a last resort to restore democracy in Bangladesh. And I read the news letter. The letter said that this is the responsibility. This is the diplomatic responsibility of the United States of America to restore democracy throughout the world. So, and they thought that democratic process can be restored in Bangladesh through another round of unconditional dialogue. Although the Secretary General of ruling party and the Honorable Prime Minister and the chair of Awami League categorically said that there is no dialogue with the opposition, and she stigmatized the opposition as animal in the parliament, in the publicly. So it means that the whole dialogue is totally deaf from the government side. So at this point, America, this letter is I think the last resort. Disregarding this letter, if the government or election commission try to hold an election, what may happen? That is a big question. That's $1 million question. Can Bangladesh disregard it? If Bangladesh disregard it, what will happen? That's $1 million question. In my analysis, that two things may happen: one internally and one externally. There are two perspectives of happenings, two dimensions of happenings. One from internally, we'll see that government will hold an election. Again, it will come back to power and institutionalize dictatorship. We all know that dictatorship is not the substitute of democracy. So if we institutionalize the dictatorship, what will happen? At the same time, it will institutionalize autocracy, institutionalize corruption, institutionalize everything. At the same time, denial, deprivation will go against the opposition. All sorts of cruelties will continue to be on the opposition, and opposition is going to suffer throughout the whole region. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Zaglul Haider.
Thank you so much.
Well, he's spoken very well, and now I move to Mr. Dr. Mojibur Doftori, and he is from Finland, and you're also vice chairman of Green Party Helsinki Committee. So you understand very well what is happening in Bangladesh and what is your opinion. Please speak very explicitly.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sinha, for inviting me. I think what Dr. Zaglul Haider told, it's more about institution building politically. So Bangladesh is lacking the institution building. The governments after governments in last 50 years have not been able to build an autonomous election commission. They used the election commission to pursue their narrow political goals, partisan goals, as they use any government, they use the police for their own purpose, for political purpose. And election commission has not been become an autonomous institution to carry out its duty properly. So it's not prepared enough, and it has lack of capacity. It's not that it cannot act, but it has not been enabled by different political stakeholders to play its independent and partial role because of narrowness of political parties of Bangladesh, so to speak. If you asked that election commission that, okay, you carry out your duty today perfectly, it's like asking a girl that, get up girl, young girl, it's your marriage day today. So one girl, young girl is like 15, 16 or 17, she doesn't know anything about marriage, these responsibilities, but you have to just, parents are forcing her to act responsibly and do all the things necessary. So it's like a nightmare because election commission is not been enabled to play the role, and still political parties, particularly ruling party, now and before, they pushed election commission without preparing it, and there is no consensus among political actors to enable the election commission to play its own role. And there is one fundamental difference with of Bangladesh with our their neighboring country, India, that Indian politician from Gandhi onwards, Jawaharlal Nehru, then Abul Kalam Azad, and all other leaders, many other leaders, prominent leaders, they have been thinker politicians. They are writers. They have innovative. They had innovative ideas, and they contributed to the nation. They served the nation by rising above political division. That helped India to stay a democratic nation, and its democracy is surviving from the beginning. Whereas Pakistan and Bangladesh has not been able to be like India in terms of democratic institution building, like Indian Election Commission. If you think about Bangladesh Awami League and Bangladesh BNP, two major parties of Bangladesh, they have been quite, they have not played their role well because of political narrowness, so to speak. Mahatma Gandhi, when he was not Gandhi in the first place, he first was a lawyer in India, then went to Britain, London, to study there as a lawyer, a barrister. And while he studied there, he get acquainted with the local society, joined the Vegetarian Society in London. And from there, he got his idea, those he practiced in South Africa while he was a lawyer of a friend, of a businessman friend. And there he fought with the apartheid government to protect the rights of Indians and others. And it was the apartheid government which Gandhi was fighting with his heart and soul. I mean, have been doing lots of brave things and against the government, apartheid government, against them, against the apartheid government. At the same time, Gandhi compromised, tried to build the rapport with the same government what he was fighting by helping the colonial government, the apartheid government, when it was fighting with Boer Dutch origin people in South Africa. He led an ambulance corps. He created an ambulance corps to take care of the wounded British soldiers. So what we can learn from this, that Gandhi is fighting against an apartheid government he doesn't like. At the same time, he is cooperating with the same government. It means rapport building with even the people whom we don't agree. if you want to pursue a cause, then you have to cooperate with people in power and outside the power. And if you can do it, then you can really pursue, you can attain what goal you want to attain. But in Bangladeshi politics, when we see that Awami League, BNP, whether they're in power or outside power, they don't cooperate with each other. Without cooperation, you cannot really change anything. If you just fight the people in power for the sake of fighting, without your own goals, own values, and own vision, you cannot achieve anything. It's not about BNP or Awami League. It's not about any major political party, but it's universal that you have to build the rapport and cooperate with the people in power so that you
Mr.
can pursue
Mojibur,
your goal.
Doftori will come to you again because most of the time you are passing time to Gandhi, behind Gandhi. But our concern is Bangladesh. Maybe Gandhi may be an example under the circumstances. Must be some sorts of difference between Gandhi and the situation we are facing. Well, thank you very much. Now I turn to Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed. Mr. Jamaluddin Ahmed, you are in Bangladesh, so you know what is happening in Bangladesh and being present here. At the same time, you are General Secretary of Economic Association, Chartered Accountant Association of Bangladesh, and at the same time, Chairman of Janata Bank Ltd. So, economically and politically, you are very much aware of all these things. What are your understanding after the declaration of election schedules? Do you think it's viable or putting us into more problems? Mr. Jamaluddin Ahmed.
Thank you very much. You have given me opportunity in front of the two versatile political scientist and the politician.
There are three personalities, not two, now three. Mr. Aliar Hossain has joined. He is from UK.
Yeah, he is from UK. So, to my understanding, that everyone is living in a decent society compared to Bangladesh. Bangladesh, if we define it, strategically located in South Asia. So geopolitically, importance of Bangladesh is getting greater importance from time to time. So this is the time now in the geopolitics, Bangladesh has become a focal point, considering the geopolitics. For example, United States of America, then Russia, then China, then Japan, and India. So we are here now. We are witnessing the politics, geopolitical effect, the small Bangladesh. Although it is a small, but this is a democratic country. Initially, from time to time, military dictators ruled this country, and now again, from 1991, Bangladesh turned into a parliamentary system, and two political parties after the election of 1991, they have agreed to move from and transform the presidential form of government again to the parliamentary system. So from that 1991, I think it was a golden time for Bangladesh, and I think whatever development taken in this Bangladesh, it started from there. And Bangladesh, two political parties now, they have got the economic philosophy. Mostly also, once upon a time, Awami League was a socialist lean. Now they have also followed the market economy. BNP followed 1990 from beginning. They started with the market economic philosophy. So from that route, 91 is the very, very important point of time, turning point. At that time, when military government is over, then two political parties, everybody agreed that they will go for parliamentary system. By that time, Bangladesh gained a lot of development, And I think everyone has contributed to this area and the economic development. Whatever development we have taken, our GDP size has increased substantially now. I think at this moment, if you think that the GDP 500 billion US dollar, in that case, if you convert that into Bangladeshi taka and divide that by 365 days, every day, what is the cost of the hotel? More than 15,000 crore. Earlier time, it was not, the GDP size was not so big. So we are losing our blood hemorrhage. It is going on. Only dispute on the political issue. So this has turned into political economy. Now, from the political economy, if I consider this only from the political side, in that case, the analysis will not be complete. We will have to consider that 20 crore people, if you take that, and we will have to feed them. So if every day we lose 15,000 crore taka, Bangladeshi taka, in one hotel, so last 10 days we observe this hotel, so 10 days cost is 150,000 crore, 1,50,000 crore. Bangladeshi taka we have already lost from our GDP. So at this point of time, the geopolitics, including Sinha, everyone is from political side. I am from the economic side. So I cannot explain the whole political issue, but I have the certain things to share with you. You see, we are in our country, the why hotel is when hotel takes place. Most of the years, if you consider, in 2005, UNDP has conducted one study, the economic cost of hotel, and that's why they have calculated at that time per day 6,000 to 5,000 to 6,000 crore. So now that time GDP size was lower. Now it has done almost 3 times. It has increased. So if we observe one day blockade or hurtal, and this means that a country is I should say, the politically and at the same time running an economic machine. One side political machine, another side economic machine. So once economic machine is collapsed, stopped, broken down, in that case, your politics will not continue to be the forceful, because
Mr. Jamaluddin, Dr. Jamaluddin, thank you very much, because you touched on economics and the politics. Well, now I turn to Dr. Aliar Hossain. He's from United Kingdom, and basically he is an academic leader, and he's SDG's strategist and senior course, and his subject basically is leadership. Dr. Aliar Hossain, and I listen to how the two speakers explain the whole thing. You are a political scientist, and what is your understanding? You already explained. But
thank you, Sineva, again. Once again, thank you. I just want to convey my thanks to Dr. Doftori and Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed, and both of them. They spoke very rationally, sensibly. Fine. I congratulate especially Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed. At least he is the person who told at least publicly that in the economic and political development of Bangladesh, every single ruler contributed something, but no other person, at least among our political activists, no other person recognized these things. Every ruler contributed something. Some people, they said that everything is done by a particular person. Other people say everything is done by another person, but nobody recognizes that every rule has contributed something in the economic and political development of Bangladesh. That's why I want to congratulate this courageous gentleman, Jamaluddin Ahmed. Thank you so much. And now Mojibur Ahmed Doftori, he talked about non-violent movement of Mohanlal Karamchand Gandhi. That's good. Non-violence is always good, but when if you cannot achieve your goal through non-violence, and if you have no other things to do, if if all other attempts of peaceful resolution becomes exhausted, so at that point what people can do, I don't know. I don't support violence, but at that point what people can do, I don't know. Before their death, I believe that people before their death, they want to do something. Maybe that may go to the extent of violence. That may, but I do not support any form of violence in my country, Bangladesh. Now, the thing is that actually last time I could not finish my second part of my speech. That means what will happen if the election goes on as far as the schedule is concerned. So externally, you'll see that America has given, Donald Lu has sent you a letter. If you do not respect it, if you defy it, you can do this. You can disrespect anything. Your Bangladesh is a sovereign country, and you have a what you call strong political party, and last 15 years you are ruling the country without any election, without one election. There was no election in 2014. There was no another election was very questionable in 2018, which is regarded as midnight election. So that basically the government has eroded its total credibility so far the democracy is concerned. So at this point, if you show your arrogance, if you defy American suggestions, friendly suggestions, what may happen? They will monitor your situation. Visa sanction is going on. They will impose visa sanction. After that, maybe trade sanction, maybe other sanction. Today, this morning, I read the big Secretary of the State Blinken has declared that Joe Biden has signed a memorandum of the workers' policy that will, and specifically he mentioned about the worker situations of Bangladesh, government situations of Bangladesh. I'm sure this is going to affect my country. It's going to affect the RMG sector of Bangladesh. It's going to affect the 1 crore workers of government workers of Bangladesh. It's going to affect our foreign currency earnings from the export. So I think they have, I think they've started giving us. They have started giving us, it's kind of indirect sanction, like indirect tax. It's kind of indirect, indirectly they're letting you know that still if you don't correct yourself, we shall correct you. So this is how they are going to. Correct you. So another thing, internally, if government goes with this arrogant policy, what will happen? Internally, another thing will happen. Government will try to do the election. It will institutionalize corruption, institutionalize the autocracy, and institutionalize arrogance. It will use this steamroller upon the opposition workers and leaders. At the same time, what opposition will do? The Hartal is going on, overall is going on. Other punitive actions will go on. Who will be sufferer? Our people, our nation will be sufferer, and at certain point, economy will be collapsed. Bangladesh economy will be collapsed. That Bangladesh government is so arrogant; it doesn't know how to protect its own economy. That several years ago, our Bangladesh bank was plundered. Bangladesh bank was plundered. Our hardly earned money, our people's money have been taken away by
Dr. Zaglul Haider, will come to you because our points at this very moment is post-election scenario, post-election political.
Thank you so much. You want me to speak again or no?
Spoke about Mahatma Gandhi, and you know very well that India became independent not only because of Gandhian policy, but there are so many violence there. We know history speaks all these things. He's a student of political science. We know it very well. But you are talking about Gandhian policy. Gandhian policy is a one. Characteristics. What is the political culture in Bangladesh? Different. And do you believe the announcement of election?
I didn't hear you sometimes ago, Dr. Sinha.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you sometimes.
Announcement of election schedules by the Chief Election Commissioner. Do you believe it will be challenging? It will be challenging for him to conduct the election peacefully, free and fair atmosphere. Yes, Dr. Mojibur Doftori.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha, for the pertinent question. It's a very challenging task for the election commission to conduct an election which is not supported by main other political actors beyond the ruling party. Definitely, it will be a challenging thing. And what Donald Lu is telling to talk among the different political actors, this is a nice thing. As a leader of the free world, United States is trying to influence Bangladeshi politicians, particularly the ruling party, to for the election to be fair and participatory and fair. But I think why the Bangladeshi political parties I cannot think in the same way, because he's telling something good, trying to let the political leaders from across political spectrum to sit down and resolve their problem and reach to a consensus. So if they cannot reach this consensus, as Bangladesh is a fast growing economy in Asia and the world, which is one of the fastest growing economy, I think there is lots of interest, international interest, particularly from the United States, European Union, as well as China, India, all the major actors. They have lots of interest over there, international interest, particularly they want Bangladesh to be part of everything. So as Bangladesh's importance is growing because of its economic power, because Bangladeshi economy is larger than some of the European countries, some of the small European countries. So there must be interest, and if it cannot make balance between its economic progress and democratic institution building, it will be in lots of troubles and fall into the geopolitics of major political players like United States, Russia, India, China. So Bangladesh should be very, very careful so that they can mediate between different political actors and try to find its own peace. Otherwise, this visa policy of the United States that it wants to impose visa restriction on politicians and other major political forces who obstruct the fair election in Bangladesh. Then European Union has also recently in September they have passed resolution in European Parliament about Guatemala, Azerbaijan, and Bangladesh about their human rights situation, and there the European Parliament has talked about that Bangladesh government is restricting the role of civil society in the society. The environment is not protected for the independent civil society actors, and it also talked about human rights. Then it's talked about about human rights issue, trade union rights, and labor rights issues, and Digital Security Act. Uh, and also the rights of the religious minority groups. If there are many things in European Parliament resolution, right, but still this right of the religious minority group, I think it's not quite much that they had to study further to make that kind of resolution.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mojibur Doftori. Thank you very much. We'll come to you again because our main focus is on Bangladesh. And today we are trying a level base to avoid other countries because we are faced. It's
Thank you.
Mojibur Doftori.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. This is a very difficult question. It's a matter of political choice of the top leadership of Jatiya Party. So I think that Jatiya Party is a party that is in between ruling Awami League and main opposition BNP, and they have to distinguish themselves from both of them to keep their identity intact. So that even though the main political party, Awami League BNP, is not talking about provincial system, Jatiya Party is talking about that decentralization. Jatiya Party is talking about proportional representation, which are also very interesting points that major parties are not talking, but Jatiya Party leaders are talking about those. So I think that they will find a way to keep them distinct. So what benefits them the most as a political party, leadership will definitely do that way. This is what I understand. But the major issue in Bangladesh is currently is building trust. I think that all the political parties, particularly from the Awami League and BNP, they should open-mindedly sit down together because it's a national challenge. It's a huge national challenge. There are lots of things at stake. Because Bangladesh is a good, fast-growing economy, it should keep its
Dr.
prosperity.
Mojibur, I draw your attention to my question.
Yeah,
We
please.
know all of things you are talking about. I
Yeah.
just know from you that Jatiya Party is beating the drum that we are in favor of democracy. And do you believe in the name of democracy and national interest, Jatiya Party at any time may join the election? And do you believe Jatiya Party can do this?
I
What's
think
your understanding?
but my understanding of Jatiya Party is that if you look at the root of Jatiya Party, it's a pro-business political party. It's a pro-bureaucracy political party, and it's a pro-growth political party. And it is not like ideologically oriented party like Awami League. So that whatever benefits it will go in that way. I think it will want to keep its relevance in the political landscape because if it cannot keep its distinct identity intact, then it has no relevance. It will just fall under either BNP or Awami League. So this is existential question.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mr. Zaglul Haider. And do you believe the Jatiya Party and other political parties like Islamic Andolon, and in the end, they may take decision in favor of joining the election? Without them, especially Jatiya Party, there will be no election at all. If Jatiya Party join, that is a plus point for the ruling party. And do you think Jatiya Party in the final stage will compromise? Yes, Mr. Joe.
Thank you, Sinha. Thank you so much. Thank you, distinguished discussants. All of you discussed very well. One thing is that my question regarding Jatiya Party is that does Jatiya Party matter? There are how many segments of Jatiya Party right now we do have? So far my knowledge is concerned, there are 5 segments of Jatiya Party. One Roshan Party and another Ashad's brother, what is his name? I forgot his name too. Then one is Anursan Munju, another is
Dr. Zaglul Haider.
Yes, sir.
There is one party, the Jatiya Party, headed by GM Kader. Roshan Ashad with him. And all other parties is a microscopic. They have no existence. Only existence belongs to Jatiya Party because all the member of parliament belong to the same party. Jatiya Party means what is GM Kader emphasized. So if GM Kader takes decision, because party in a resolution, that's not all powers to GM Kader to take the decision. And he's the master.
Question is last time GM Kader.
If Jatiya Party takes decision, what will happen?
Last time GM Kader joined the ruling alliance and they won the election under the banner of ruling alliance. And after the election, they sat in the opposition bench. So they are called kind of.
No. Jatiya Party contested last time with its own symbol. They are not
on symbol. They are under alliance. They are in the same alliance.
This time not the alliance. This time Jatiya Party take the independent stand. And do you believe Jatiya Party can do this finally? What is the study?
If election, that election is a zero-sum game. Somebody wins, somebody loses. Thing is, if Jatiya Party wants to win some seat, if Jatiya Party thinks that this is an opportunity for them to gain some seats, and they could prove themselves they want to prove themselves as a viable opposition in the parliament, they can go. But thing is that end of the question, what Doftori said is that they will face the existential threat for their survival then next time, because all other major political forces already they are cornered. But right now, if they want to do it again, they will prove themselves as betrayer, and they will betray the national cause, they will betray the election, they will betray the people, they will betray all political parties. So I believe that Jatiya Party can go, they can give the so-called legitimacy to the ruling authority or next coming government, but that legitimacy will not solve the problem that the nation faces. If you want to solve the problem, if you want a resolution, including Jatiya Party, what America said, you at least the major three parties, you sit together, you try to resolve your own problem, at least on at a minimum level, you should reach a consensus at a minimum level. At least at a minimum, you should reach a consensus to go for election. If you don't have any consensus, if you go for election, it is not going to solve the problem. It is going to create new problem, and the new parliament, new government will not be able to rule the country. The country will again the reign of I believe that the reign of terror from both government side and opposition side, reign of terror will continue in Bangladesh. This country will not survive. This country will not going to exist in a civilized world. The way the country is progressing.
Well, Dr. Zaglul Haider, Dr. Mojibur Doftori, I'm coming to again.
Yes.
Citing Dr. Jamaluddin, I will come to again. Mr. Mojibur Doftori. If Jatiya Party does not join the election, it will be toughest challenge for the Awami League for the election. Election means election. It will be one for election. So Jatiya Party has every possibility of joining the election just to get the legitimacy of the regime. And if it does so, what is your study?
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. As Dr. Zaglul Haider has told that Jatiya Party has a serious challenge at this moment because it has two options. First one option, I told that it's an existential question, that if it doesn't go to election, it will face existential question, because there are many other forces in Bangladesh who wants to come to the mainstream, like Islamist parties. They can if they if Jatiya Party doesn't go and Islamist parties, some factions join there, so they cannot put them as relevant actors in Bangladeshi politics. But at the same time, what Dr. Zaglul Haider told, that if Jatiya Party betray all the opposition parties and join in the election, then it will be called as a betrayal by all the major political parties, and government will not be able to rule the country in a better way, because oppositions will be united. So it will face a dual problem. In either way, they are in difficulty, but it will give the legitimacy, much needed legitimacy to ruling Awami League if it joins the election, and it has very less option. It has no option but to probably join election, as I can see. Previously, based on the past, present, and looking at the future, I can say that it has no option but to join the election.
Thank you very much, Dr. Doftori. You hit on the right point. It has no option but to join the election. It means Jatiya Party at the final stage shall join the election to strengthen the position of Awami League, willingly or unwillingly. Mind it, willingly or unwillingly, or under some sorts of duress, whatever it is in Bangladesh context. Well, Dr. Jamaluddin, you are also in a political party, that is odd. And you fought for the constituency election, but nowadays you are to some extent very much trouble. If Awami League gives you nomination, will you contest? Please, Dr. Jamaluddin.
You see, thank you. You politicians, they have delivered their. My understanding, the changing.
There is some sound from background. Can you stop mute some of the mics?
সিনা তোমার মোবাইলটা বন্ধ করো
না সিনহা ভাই না হয়তো ঠিক আছে জি থ্যাংক ইউ
আমারটা না এটা হলো যে you see the changing scenario of Bangladesh, the analysis our two friends from foreign countries, the way they have described, I think their ideal situation they have discussed. But the situation is that here in Bangladesh, politics, over the different turmoiling situation, we have come to a situation here at the last point, now the election. In this election, the system that Jatiya Party, in one of the discussions, opinion that they will be with this government. Whatever, at the end of the day, Jatiya Party will have to be with the government. They cannot go to other parties, BNP. It is whatever discussion they are taking, this is a mechanism, political bargaining they are doing, to my understanding. I am not a politician in that sense. But my understanding is that Jatiya Party will be with the government. And even one portion of the BNP people, they are forming in the name of Trinamool. Some of the people they are holding the alliances and they might be interested, dedicated. Then Major, I think, in Bhola, do you name? I forgot his name. The BNP leader. He was the vice president of BNP, and one of the speeches he delivered that he is also in favor of the BNP should participate in the election. If you are not in the election, you lose your voters, you lose your workers, you lose your leaders become frustrated because at the end of the day, after 5 years, if he cannot participate in the election, then what is his politics? And when his family members will ask him, what is your objective? He cannot tell that, explain that, justify that. In that situation, demoralizing situation. And to my understanding that both the political parties, they should be more constructive and they should be more convincing, because some of the people earlier time, there are some people, the outside field politics and the indoor politics. Two politics are there. And the indoor politics, some people are very good, some people are not good in the national field politics. So they should utilize their intellectual people to negotiate these things. In that case, we can come to a situation where in 1991, we could come to from presidential system to the parliamentary system. You see, in 1970, when Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib agreed to participate in the election because of under the legal framework of Yahya Khan, many critics, they criticized. But he visualized that if I take something in a political bargaining, if I go for election, in that case, if I win in the election, in that case, situation will be different. That's what happened. And we got our Bangladesh, independent Bangladesh. So we should not, at this moment of time, we should not destroy our country. We should be constructive from both sides. And in that case, there will be nothing is negotiable. Nothing is negotiable. Constitution during 1991, the Constitution did not permit. That time at the presidential system was there. And there is no caretaker government system was not there. But they have decided, politicians decided, that we should come to a formula so that we hold the election. After that, whoever the winner, they will decide the form of the government. That happened. If we could do that, I think at this point of time, and Bangladesh has progressed a lot, and our size of the economy has become bigger. In that case, we should be fair to the whole nation that we should sort it out through discussion and give and take policy we should adopt. In that situation, it is possible to come to a solution, and this Bengal will be before the 1991 election. There was a turmoiling situation. People thought that at that time I came out of the university. At that time, we saw that there is a blockade. But at the end of the day, politicians are the parents of the whole country, and the politicians, they should come up to a solution, peaceful solution. In that situation, next generation will follow them. Whatever example we are giving in the earlier time, why I am repeating those earlier incidents? Because of this, that this time to time, country faces different kind of problem, even in family life also, even in the social life, in the business life, in the political life. That is a problem. But we should sort it out. If we cannot sort it out, in that case, we will contribute to the deterioration of the situation, and which is not helpful for the country. That's why.
Thank you very much. Dr. Jamaluddin, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll come to you again as a third phase. Mr. Dr. Aliar Hossain, do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Oh, he's muted.
Well, you are muted forever for this session. Okay. Dr. Zaglul Haider, whatever it is, some party may join or may not join, doesn't matter. You may say it a betrayer, doesn't matter, because who joined the election, you can say the betrayer. They don't care. Thing is that there are some political parties, they may take decision through negotiation to join the election and make this election a meaningful one from their standpoint. And if they don't join, if you think that people are united against the Awami League regime, it is not so. People are not united against Awami League regime. Awami League has some political parties to be with him. They have the 14-party alliance, and they have the biggest question is Jatiyo Party. Jatiyo Party in the politics of Bangladesh is a deciding factor. If Jatiyo Party goes with BNP, it is a factor. If it goes with the Awami League, it is a factor. Jamaat Islam is also a factor, but at this very moment, Jamaat Islam is not in a position to go for election because they are facing some problems regarding registration. The taking all this into the only option is Jatiyo Party. If Jatiyo Party moves towards Awami League, there will be election. If that does not move to Awami League, election will be very much unilateral in nature, and that will be questioned by all. So the trump card is in the hand of Jatiyo Party. And as a political scientist, what should be, that is not the question. What is going to take place in reality, that is the question at this very moment. And do you believe Jatiyo Party, because of his past career, past background, finally shake hands with Awami League? Well, Dr. Zaglul Haider.
Thank you so much. Actually, the answer is 50-50. Jatiyo Party, they do have 50% chances to join the government, and they do have 50% chances to not to join the government. But my thing is that what I believe that 0 plus 0 plus 0, I believe that it's a big 0. In our political reality, if you look at the ground reality, you'll see that Awami League belongs to around 33 to 35% voters. BNP they own 30 to 35% voters, 70%. Rest 30 is divided among all political parties and independent. So if here Jatiya Party means Jatiya Party's voter maximum, their vote is 10%. To 35 plus 10, 45. Rest of the voter, 55% is against, 55% vote is against the ruling authority. So Jamaat Islami, they are more powerful than Jatiya Party. They are not registered, but they can do the election. They can do it independently. They can support somebody else. Their votes count, right? So I don't think that if Jatiya Party allies with Awami League is going to. It's true that if they can conduct an election, it will legitimize the election just to somehow, but it will not going to bring a fruitful result for the nation. It will not going to settle the problem. This time, this problem is going to prolong because last 15 years, Awami League is ruling the country unilaterally, without consulting, without without respecting any other political parties. They are doing in their own way. They are doing whatever development. They are doing fine. They are doing development. At the same time, everybody is, including Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed, everybody is talking about the development, all these things, but nobody is talking about the corruption. Mega development and mega corruption. Why they are involved in so much of development? Because if you do development, you do have the chances to make money. You do have chances to plunder the economy. You do have chances to spend money.
We will not touch the corruption in the moment because this is a question of joining or not joining.
All right.
Knowing all
That's what I'm saying.
If Jatiya Party takes decision that I will join. If you say unethical, doesn't matter. Ethical, unethical, it is a different question. Question is that if Jatiya Party join, election will get the meaningful shape. Because
I don't think so, sir. I do not think so, sir.
It has a different moment. It is more than 35 seats. Mind it, Jamaat may be the big question, electoral board. But Jamaat cannot compare Jatiya Party. Jatiya Party has more seats in parliament from 1988 to 19 till the date. You cannot compare. You can compare from popular vote. That is a different question. But Jatiya Party, from the electoral point of view, is more important than Jamaat Islam.
But at the same time, sir, at the same time, if Jamaat is a parliamentary election, suppose one BNP candidate got 50,000 votes and the winner is 50,500. At that point, Jamaat's vote will count. That's a deciding factor.
What will they count?
It's a parliamentary. It's a parliamentary.
May I add, Dr. Sinha?
Yeah, please.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. As Dr. Zaglul Haider told that 0 plus 0 plus 0 doesn't make anything other than 0. That's not always right. If there are many zeros and one with on the left side, then it makes legitimate things that is something. So Jatiya Party, you cannot undermine the Jatiya Party's strategic position in Bangladeshi politics, and the BNP and all other major parties have some leadership challenges, as I see, because their leaders should understand different nuances between different scenarios and take appropriate decision. Jatiya Party is a very small player in Bangladeshi politics, in voting and many other terms, but at the same time, it has been playing a major role for the last 15 years or more. But why BNP, with large following, lots of activists, lots of leaders, why it cannot come to the election, challenge Awami League in the electoral field rather than just acting in an inconsistent way? It has sometimes taken some decision and it rewinded from its decision immediately after some time. Because of this lack of consistency, I think that BNP is suffering. And if it doesn't come to the election this time, its leaders and common followers and everybody will be so disgusted that as a political party, you have to go to the election. This is a must, and this is a must. Without it, you cannot inspire your leaders and workers, and why they should remain there. Maybe last 20 years or something, BNP is outside power, and it cannot survived like this. It's those student leaders of BNP and the youth leaders of BNP are becoming old now, even though many are holding the position. This is not the way how a political party works, and BNP
but
leadership has a strong role to play.
But what about the gathering of 28th October? What does it? What does the field ground reality says? What does the ground reality reveals?
Ground reality can tell anything, but as a leader, you have to articulate your thoughts in a way. You have to think ahead of many others. You have to think not only now. You have to think 1 year ahead and maybe 5 years ahead.
But the thing is that BNP cannot take a decision to buy the slavery of Awami League. That is the thing.
They are serving people. It's not the slavery or something. All the political parties are serving each other, serving the nation.
Listen, sir. If under this current system, under the present situation, if BNP goes to the election under the existing incumbent government, that means it's going to buy the slavery. It's going to, disown the last 20 years sacrifice of its grassroots people, workers.
You have to have a vision. You have to have a purpose. If you are suffering without a vision and purpose, where do you lead? What is BNP's vision?
Are you asking me the question? Are you asking me the question?
Yes.
Yes, BNP has a very clear-cut vision. BNP's vision is to establish Bangladeshi nationalism, and BNP's vision is to have free market economy. This vision is to individualism. BNP's vision is to laissez-faire economy, everything. But the thing is, we had a settled matter. We had a settled system. In 1990s, after a decade-long struggle against the military bureaucratic authority, we established a system that is called caretaker system. But this is the ruling Awami League which made the settled matter unsettled. Right now, the way situation is progressing, I can say that Awami League and democracy, these two things do not go together. If you look at history, after during the Liberation War, they divided the Liberation War. Mukti Bahini and Mujib Bahini they created. After that, they got elected for becoming the Prime Minister of Pakistan. They became, with the unelected parliament, they formed the government. After that, they formed the one-party authoritarian system. They did every single thing in order to establish
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Awami League and democracy.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Where did BNP arrive in politics? From where it came to?
From cantonment to the street. BNP brought democracy from cantonment to the street.
Okay, but there is a lack of articulation, and if you believe in people, you have to just go to the election with your leaders, with your followers. Go to the election. You may not get 200 seats, but you can get 100, and you can talk in the parliament. You can talk in the parliament.
BNP is a very much pro-election party. BNP won the election. BNP formed the government again and again and again. So
you don't like Awami League, that's okay. But the thing is that you have to go to the election and try to challenge Awami League in every way. Otherwise, you will always remain outside power. This is that simple.
Of course, BNP will go to the election, and that election must be under a neutral authority. That election, BNP should have a field to play equally.
Are there any country outside Pakistan that there is caretaker government in the world?
Bangladesh is the country which invented this caretaker system, and Pakistan borrowed our system. Anybody else can borrow our system. We can, that was our invention.
Maybe Dr. Jamaluddin Ahmed and Sinha Said Bhai can intervene.
All credits go to the people of Bangladesh.
That is not a debate it is going on, because we are talking about the present scenario. Scenario is this. At this very moment, Awami League is in power, and they have everything in hand. Administration, bureaucracy, army, police, everything is in hand. With all these things in the single hand, Awami League is more powerful than anything in Bangladesh, because they have the political power and administrative power. taking this together, BNP has political power, no administrative power. 5 is that BNP has to prove, like a challenge the administrative power also, because in 1990 they challenged Hossain Mohammad Shah, all the powers. In 1996, Awami League challenged the BNP with all the powers. In 2007, it happened. In 2008, challenged all the political parties challenge. So this is not the question that you are more equipped with the arms and ammunition. Doesn't matter. People is the source of all political power. What happened this time? You take it guarantee. The visa policy, which I am shouting all the time, visa policy has made the opposition importantly, because it's telling no violence. There must be violence from the opposition political parties. And I ask Mr. Zaglul Haider, do you think without violence, without tremendous challenges, this government will fall? Please, Dr. Zaglul Haider.
Yes, I believe that BNP is not equipped with arms and ammunition. BNP is very much equipped with argument, very much equipped with logic, very much equipped with
that. We call these things you call the downfall of Awami League because you have the power, people power.
And
why am I doing so?
Equipped with the population, with the people of this country. People of this country, if they can vote under a free fair election, then
you prove in reality, yes, I believe people are behind BNP. I believe so. And they proved it over the time. But thing is that who are responsible for these things? By this time, this government should have fallen long time ago because there are tremendous support for the BNP. But BNP did a mistake. What the mistakes? Mr. Dr. Doftori, please identify the mistakes.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Sinha. I think that BNP has a leadership crisis within. All the parties, major political parties have leadership crisis, and BNP has the worst kind of leadership crisis because for the last 15 years or more, it has not gone in the right way as it should be. It has no lack of support because ruling Awami League is in power for many, many years. And many people are fed up with Awami League because of lack of law and order and political excesses of leaders of Awami League, different fronts, and they want some sort of change. But BNP has not been able to articulate their thoughts and articulate their vision and take a consistent policy so that it can take the voters away from Awami League. And it has also internationally failed in many respects. It has not been acting with vision because it has been totally dependent on certain quarter, like it has its China policy, it has its US policy without kind of criticism, without understanding oneself, because of many other reasons and lack of policy consistency. I think that BNP is suffering. Otherwise, as a political party, it has strong social basis, political basis in the country. But it has not been able to use it strategically so that it can use it in the electoral arena and benefit from it.
Yeah. What Dr. Doftori says, what is your opinion about the popularity? And about popularity is there. BNP is enjoying the tremendous popularity in Bangladesh. I do agree, point blank. But thing is that BNP is not in a position to call the downfall of Awami League because of tactics. Tactics belongs to leadership, not the people. I never blame the people. People has given everything to BNP.
Exactly.
BNP leadership cannot ensure this thing. Or maybe the 100 reasons, globally, regionally, and nationally. Thing is that, end product is that leadership could not ensure the accumulation of the support in a single box. Dr. Jamaluddin, what is your opinion?
You see, when you run a business sitting at Singapore, but your industry is in Bangladesh, you cannot succeed. Because sitting in Bangladesh, running an industry, it is very difficult job. You will have to 24 multiplied by 7 if you work and watch over the activities. In that case, you can run the show. But That is also very difficult job. Everybody cannot do it. That's why they become unsuccessful businessmen. So coming to the leadership of BNP, what discussion I understand, that my understanding is that sitting at the outside the country, somebody, if he runs the show, this cannot go out. And it is not just like, it was the example. There are many examples you can give. Ayatul Khomeini and many other leaders. But here, the BNP who leads, he is not here. He's living in England. That's from there he communicates electronically like us. We are talking. But electronically, you cannot run a political party. In that case, and the party chairperson, she has become older. She's sick. So in that case, two head person, both of them are in our country. Family dominates in this region, even in India also. Family dominates the politics. So in that case, his mother is sick, he is outside the country. So still BNP people, they are struggling. I think everybody should thank them. But they can survive. 20 years, you consider. 20 years he is absent. They are not getting physically in Bangladesh. So in that situation, it is a very, very difficult thing. Support is there, no problem. But problem is that he is sitting, leadership is decided. Decision comes from outside. So here, among the leaders, local leaders, they have got a lot of difficulties, and I think they are divided in different groups. So that is the problem of if they contest in the election, and when you declare your manifesto, then who is your leader? If anybody asks, who is your leader? And he is not here in Bangladesh. In that case, I think it is exceptional. It will be an exceptional. Same thing happens in Bangladesh. We are waiting to see that.
Political scientist Zaglul Haider.
Well, thank you, Sinhavai. First of all, just with due respect, I want to let you know one thing, that sitting on the chair of moderator, the way you are proceeding against BNP, or to some extent in favor of Awami League, that actually,
I am not going as BNP. I am just telling you.
I understand that. I understand that people might
BNP. Give everything BNP.
misunderstand you.
But you are supporting him. If you do support in this way, then you are creating problems, because people. I have given support to BNP, but I don't give return. Why? I asked you the question why. I like to BNP.
No.
Why I cannot like this?
Okay.
You made me frustrated.
Okay, let's go to the business. Let's go back to the business. Thing is that actually BNP, the leadership crisis. Of course, we do have leadership crisis right now. Our leader, BNP's leader, Begum Khaleda Zia, she's very sick. She's in the hospital, and deliberately she was made disqualified to do the election. And Tariq Zia, the same thing happened. But still, in the last 20 years, BNP has been, nobody could divide BNP. BNP has remained one and united. Some people, who left BNP, you were saying left BNP, they didn't leave BNP. Actually, Shamsul Mobin Chudhi, he didn't leave BNP. He left BNP a long time ago. After that, he joined Badruddin's party. And now he's formed another party. That means this man, he cannot stay anywhere. He's not a stable person. It means within 2-3 months, he left 2-3 parties. Another guy, he's expelled from the party. So these expelled people, he could not win the even mayoral election too. Even to Selina Hayat, she lost severely. despite having the vote of BNP. He couldn't win. So these kind of people cannot, challenge the BNP. Or these are expert people. Nothing. But now, under last 20 years, BNP remained one and united under the dynamic leadership of Tariq Zia. Tariq Zia is unparalleled in the party. Within the party, he is unparalleled. From top to bottom, everybody loves him. The people who criticize him, let them form another party, let them get out of BNP. Do they have any existence? They could not prove their existence at all. Major Hafiz, I respect him. He's a dedicated person, great freedom fighter, everything, good minister, everything. Right now, he is a man of 75 plus years old. At this point, he is planning to quit politics. So at this point, he is saying, I respect him, this is his opinion. The party should go to election if it is brokered by United Nations or foreign countries, which Awami League doesn't want. So Major Hafiz said to join the election, this is the right statement. He said that way. One thing. Second thing, suppose BNP lost China, BNP lost America, BNP lost India, BNP lost everything. So BNP has no existence. So let the government arrange a free, fair election under a neutral government. BNP doesn't want that it should be BNP person. Being United Nations, being any other third party resolution is always in international law. Third party resolution is a recognized way of dispute resolution. You know that. Any third party, under any third party, BNP can do election. BNP will be more than happy to participate in election. BNP is a pro-election party. Without election, BNP doesn't have any existence. I believe it because they form the government again and again and again. They're so popular, everywhere. They're so popular. Why they should not go to They know that if they go to the election, they will not be allowed to form the government. They will not allowed to win in this form, under this form of political system. This is the total dictatorial political system. Total administration is in the hands of Awami League. Total judiciary is in the hands of the Awami League. What government says, judiciary does that. Previously, we used to know that what the judges says, that is our constitution, that is our law. Right now, what the government says, that judges carries out. Then executive, legislature, judiciary, everything. Legislature is the midnight election. Nobody voted. They won the election. They said, we won the election. So what they're doing, whatever they like to do.
Yeah.
Whole opposition is in the jail. Whole opposition, all major leaders are in the jail. All standing committee members are in the jail. So now they are talking about the negotiation. Who will do negotiation with who? Who will do negotiation with who? In order to have a successful negotiation, first you need to release the government. You need to withdraw the election schedule because elections we can reschedule the election. We can reschedule the election. So you have to withdraw the election schedule. Let the discussion among the major political parties and let them come with a solution.
I do agree with you, but at the same time, this is my question asking to you. If it is so, I agree with you all the points. But why Donald Lu, knowing all these things, just handed over a letter requesting all the political parties to have dialogue without any condition? There must be conditions from the BNP side. But America played the dusty game here. Why they say it without condition? And who will negotiate it? What are the mediators? Question is that when you're a political scientist, you know how to settle the problems, how to negotiate. But America this time say, you people negotiate without condition. Even a child knows very well. It is not possible. So what is the importance of the letter? You tell me.
Well,
I want to support BNP. What is the importance of this letter? What the reply is going to America at this very moment? Do you think BNP is happy with this letter? Cannot be. They reply very soon.
Thing is that this letter means when America believes that American flag matters. American flags carry weight. America
is not the question. What America believes, what America does, that is different question. I raised the question, why America asks the political parties to negotiate with one another and
without
each
condition.
other and one another. How is it possible?
Now, condition.
Knowing that's not possible. America should have played a game wonderfully if they said, we are going to negotiate on behalf of you, or we are going to have a play here. That is the role to be played. So if you believe here, you say the America did not fare well here. If the election takes place, all the liabilities goes to America because BNP believed America will do something. People believe something. Without doing anything, they are just passes like post office. They send a letter. What the importance of this? Is it solution? Is it solution?
America,
Not
America is our friend. America is our friend. They cannot do anything.
America don't say like this. America is America. But America didn't do it, nobody does. America can do anything. Prime Minister herself says America can topple me at a moment. Yes, I believe.
If all party do not accept America, then America cannot mediate anything. You have to. All party will have to accept them for mediation. That's why America
did not propose anything. Anything that negotiation for negotiation. We know it very well.
Suggesting to settle your own problem by yourself. At this point,
in Bangladesh perspective, suggestion is not enough. In Bangladesh perspective, it may be suggestion, maybe in Western Europe perspective. Yes.
Can I add, Dr. Sinha?
Yes.
Okay,
Mr.
I think here Dr. Sinha Bhai is telling one thing, if I understand it right, that you cannot, as a major leader of a major political party, you cannot give blank check to anybody else. You have to use that by yourself, and first and foremost, you have the dialogue within the country, and don't give blank check to anyone, including some foreign powers. So probably he's mentioning about that there are some mistake within BNP as well, if I am right. What do you think, Dr. Sinha or Dr. Zaglul Haider?
What BNP did? BNP is not a player at all. BNP didn't do anything wrong. BNP last, in order to show their support to the nation, they organized a big gathering on 28th. That was dispersed by bullet. It was done by the government, and all other anarchies done by government. All other, it was the result of their threadbare strategy. It was the result of this strategy. BNP, they gathered 10 lakhs people in Dhaka city. Why should they organize anarchy in order to disperse it? Is it possible? Is it understandable? Is it sensible? No. Everything, the DGFI, NSI, they are doing all these things. They're trying to, they are trying to make BNP unpopular among the nation. But people at large, they know who is doing what. Who is doing what? You know that every day during the hostile time, we see everything is protected by police. But there is an arson in a bus. There is a fire in a bus. Why is happening? Because police, under the protection of police, somebody is doing.
Dr. Sinha, I told that BNP has given a blank check to many respect and reduced their role and their importance. I think what your question mean. What do you think? Am I right or am I wrong?
My main asking is to Dr. Zaglul Haider is that BNP is a political party. At this very moment, BNP is enjoying the support of the big portion of the population. And they are sacrificing their life. They cannot sleep, they cannot eat, they cannot breathe, they can go safely somewhere. Taking all this together, BNP people has given blank check to BNP leadership. And BNP leadership believes American initiative. We also believe. But what America did, at the final stage, they played very well over the last 11 months. But at the end point, before the election schedule, declaration schedule, they came with a letter carried by Peter Haas. And he went to Mr. G.M. Kadir first, who is not accountable at this very moment from the point of election. I agree with Dr. Haider. But they went to G.M. Kadir. Who gave importance to G.M. Kadir? It is America. Then he made it to Obaidul Kadir. Maybe somebody will meet with BNP because they are in trouble now. I agree with him. But thing is that main player is BNP and Awali. And if they say go for negotiation without condition, America know it very well that we no negotiation without conditions. There must be a negotiator, mediator between them. Who are them? Who are them? Who are them? They identify. This is a kind of evasion. And because of this evasion and negligence to the people, which of the people Bangladesh, elections will take place. Awami League could not have dared to go for election had America played very well and positive. And why America played very well? Behind the scene, many things took place, which I never disclose here. Many things took place. And to some extent, America has, in the first option, election shall not take place without participation of BNP. First question. And America believes so. But America is seeing election is going to take place without BNP. If it does happen, then America says, come in the second phase. Second phase means you are thinking of public interest genocide. That you are giving public interest genocide. If America is in a position to give big music and boost to Awami League leadership, we are happy. Not doing this, they are playing with the fate of the people. They are giving sanction. These sanctions go against the people. And these people who are supporting America's movement, they'll go against America. Because he played nastily in the first phase. And second phase, you will take revenge. Be a big power. That is not the politics. That is not the human rights. That is not the democracy. That you will take revenge. I personally believe America could have done so many things for democracy. But they did not play well because there are so many powers behind the screen. To some extent, America, knowingly, unknowingly, emotionally, or carefully, or geopolitically, played otherwise. And that is most unfortunate for us. Oh, for the music, Awami League is going to take part election. Election will take place. Maybe BNP, Jatiyo Party, Peter Huss went to Jatiyo Party. But that Jatiyo Party very soon will declare we will join election. Then that is also fail. That will also fail. All the policy initiative, why they fail? This is American diplomacy. Yes, we salute them. But all the time that diplomacy is not correct. They have faulty diplomacy. We have seen subcontinent. We have seen it several times. But this time, they cannot play well. They played very mysteriously, boiling the water several times, and at the faggot, they frustrated the people of Bangladesh to a large extent. And what they played after the election or before the election, they'll go for sanction. That is not in favor of people of Bangladesh. They were people of this. That is the question. I am with the people, and people are with BNP. Knowing these things, they played in like way. Why they played? Wait and see very soon. Everything will be opened. Well, Mr. Jamaluddin, we are discussing in such a way as if it is a discussion.
That's good.
I am
What is,
enjoying.
because you tell, did America play very solid in Bangladesh? If Awami League goes to election and if it takes place without a single incident, single violence, what the message? Mr. Jamaluddin, why do you give the blank check to be Awami League to have the election without violence? And if there is any violence, any visa policy says any violence, they will have the action. Wonderful arrangement. My hands are tied up. My legs are tied up. You are asking me to swim. Is it policy at all? And should I beat the drum in favor of America? No. All the crisis created by this time, responsibility goes to America, not to BNP. BNP's fare well. They tried their level best, but America did not allow them to topple the government in the manner what happened in the subcontinent. They have their own music. What the music? You don't know. It is called the geopolitics music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Jamaluddin.
Yeah. You see, to my understanding, what I hear here, I think America all the time they will do in their interest, not for others. And if we become happy someday today, if American ambassador meet with Ubaidul Qadir, they have become happy. When they meet with BNP office, BNP becomes happy. But America themselves, they have got a hidden interest in Bangladesh. They want to destabilize this country. 50 years before, they wanted the Saint Martin Deeps, still they did not get it. And they are still fighting for that. To my understanding, that BNP, they first entered into BNP camp, then they betrayed with them because of the geopolitics. Geopolitics meaning China, India, America. In these three countries, because of their conflicting interests, everybody, Bangladesh has become the, I think what I should say, that they have become the victim of the circumstances. In that situation, America, if they cannot put Awami League into their bag, they go to BNP. Then if they cannot put BNP in their bag, in that case, BNP understands that strategy. They initially may not understand, but later on, now BNP is being deprived. They have given a lot of aspiration, and by visiting, making communication, and creating environment, cultural environment. In that case, the whole country is going in favor of America. But American interest, whatever, still I am not sure that they have got the real answer from Bangladeshi political parties, clear cut. If they get, in that case, this war will end. What they expected in 1971, asking the Bangabandhu that you give me Saint Martins, then you need not to fight with Pakistani soldiers. But he did not agree. He said, no, I don't need.
My last asking to Professor Zaglul Haider, very simple question it is. Because you know very well the Rohingya crisis has been created by China, basically. It is assumed. And they're trying the three-party agreement between China, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. There is a tactics. And China will never solve it. And India did not stand by us because India has own problems with the Myanmar. They cannot, because they have the problems with Myanmar, border problems, refugee problems. They cannot. But what happens? America give us blank check. But when the two Republican and Democratic member of parliament came to Bangladesh, they advised the foreign minister to try to absorb the Rohingyas. What the bloody decision it is. You are asking us to absorb the Rohingyas. So what the friends you have to us? You are solving problems? The fomenting problems. Did BNP utter a single word as a nationalist party? What you are talking about? They came here for Bangladesh. They tried to visit all the time they're visiting Rohingya and pass the message. What wonderful message that you absorb them. Is the solution? This is called American solution. And BNP, Awami League, Jatiya Party, Jamaat Islam, what are the parties? They should understand the fate of the people of Bangladesh lies in them, in their leadership, not outside Bangladesh. If America believes resolution of the Rohingyas means absorption of them into Bangladesh community, is the solution. So they played the same this time, giving letter to the three political parties at the fag end, which cannot be settled at all. It is neither good message for BNP, not for Jatiya Party, not for Awami League. This is the first time a letter from America made frustrated all. This is the first time. And I don't know. I will believe. And I will take decision one by one what the American policy towards us. And if they think positively, we'll think positively. And I do agree with Dr. Zaglul Haider. Recently, they have labor law, where they have included Bangladesh. Yes, maybe. Bangladesh has a lot of problems in the garment sector. What are the real problems? You, America, did not give us GSP garments. You, America, you are talking big talks. Neither BNP nor Amuli tried the level best. They didn't get the fruits. You, America, did not the fair price to the garments manufacturing authority here. You are reducing the price and you are trying to increase the labor law. Diameter opposed. BNP is a nationalist party, and people of Bangladesh has a very big aspiration to them. Whatever the leadership, maybe outside doesn't matter. Yes, I do agree with Zaglul Haider. Tarek is a single leader of the BNP. Yes, nobody can challenge the leadership. Yes, and the BNP, nobody can try to break the BNP. Yes, this is the strength. But this strength should stand like in such a manner so that government can topple. If this strength does not prove itself to be a threat to the government or limit itself to the bombastic words and sweet words, doesn't mean. Politics means reality, actions, words and actions. And that's why we are very much frustrated American policy. And I believe Dr. Zaglul Haider, being a political scientist of the first order, is a very brilliant chap, never stood second in life. I know him. And he is our pride. He's still Dr. Zaglul Haider. If his thoughts and messages goes to the BNP, and if BNP take note of his thinking, good. But I am sure BNP will not take his lessons. Because present leadership, different as to beliefs, we understand all these things. We are enough. We are overbooked. No. That is the big crisis. People support this time cannot be applied to topple the government. Because BNP tried level best. I salute BNP. They have big sacrifices, all the workers, leaders, between. Wonderful. I see that big demonstration, peaceful demonstration. But all this demonstration, it is America who foiled it. Had America wrote not a letter to Jatiyo Party, BNP and Awami, that was a good device for him. But America did it intentionally because they have their own design. And that design is nothing but the design of geopolitics. America could not settle with India, open. India did not agree with America. That is the first failure of America regarding Bangladesh chapter. They have their own logic. They did not allow America to have a station here, and China will not. On this point, China, India is same. What the wonderful thing is that China, India is talking the same tone, same voice. Against why? That is the debacle. So I personally believe, because I am not only Angkor, you know, Dr. Joel know very well. I also practice talk show. So my understanding is clear that, and I have read so many books in America. I know the American policy. And I had a chance to work for a political party for 10 years, 12 years in the single seat of International Affairs Secretary. So my experience is not only theoretical, it is practical. It is a global perspective. And from this standpoint, I am very much convinced. This time America played geopolitically, not for Bangladesh. And he is trying to have a exit. And this letter is nothing but exit. And they might have understanding with America, India. So we don't know what type of India understanding because they are both of them are against China. And 21st century belongs to Asia. It is the American assertion. And if they want to have footing in the South Asia, they need India. So sacrificing the hopes and aspirations of the people of Bangladesh, America covertly and overtly sided with India. And that is my conclusion. And Mr. Zaglul Haider, the last conclusion from you. Then I go to Mr. Dr. Doftori.
Well, Sinawai, actually, my interpretation is that actually America said that America they didn't side with any particular party. They wanted to promote a self-generated dialogue among the political parties of Bangladesh. So, and they stress unconditional because if they first of all they are nobody to put any condition. Second thing, if a dialogue happens conditionally, conditional dialogue can never happen because if you give a condition, other party will not accept it. That's why if it is unconditional, all party may agree at least to sit to sort out something. That might be one dimension of analysis. Second thing regarding Rohingya issue, actually Rohingya issue, America told several times to absorb the Rohingyas in Bangladesh. Because America know very well that Chinese and Indian interest is so acute in Myanmar that they will never play a fair game to repatriate the Rohingyas there. That's why they told the Rohingyas, America is continuously helping Bangladesh for the Rohingya issues, then they might give some more fund to you to rehabilitate them in Bangladesh. That is one consideration. And moreover, international organizations, they do not want the repatriation of the Rohingyas in Burma without any security. And there are two reasons. One is Rohingya security. Second thing is the security of the international organizations employees. That a lot of international organizations employees, they are surviving because Rohingyas are staying in Bangladesh. A lot of international organizations, they're getting paid for all these things. They're doing all these things. Most of their money, if you look at it, it's like foreign aid. If you look at how monies are being spent, you'll see the salary of the employees, their residence, their vehicles, everything. It is taking the.
Doctor, yeah, thank you very much. So, because you are narrating the whole things, that goes in favor of America anyhow. It doesn't matter. It may go or may not go. Doesn't matter. People, because we are the victim of the whole circumstances. If America speaks like this, that it means America is staying in the hands of India and China. Again.
Yeah. There is no doubt in it. There is no doubt. Last word. There is no doubt in it that this is their geopolitics. But this time, this geopolitics.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving consent in favor of geopolitics. And Bangladesh at the very moment, this time, election dilemma is very much in the grip of geopolitics. And this geopolitics made us frustrated. And how can we get out of these things? We don't know. But if we believe that America will come as rescue us after the election, there is a big bogus thing that is. Because America played so far. What he played, the start was very nice, but ending was very bad, as it did in case of Afghanistan. Mind it, what is Afghanistan? Same thing played here. It is not because in Afghanistan, suddenly set of decision. They played without talking to the European Union also. They have the soldier there. They have Doha agreement. All these things. So what I am talking all these things, because we are the citizen of Bangladesh. We like the European Union, American people. But the leadership sometimes played in such a way that hurt us. And America by this time, if, again I say, if Awami League goes to election peacefully, not fairly, peacefully, if not a single violence takes place here, that Awami League says, you see the world, there is nothing happening. Because BNP is not in a position to create any problems there. They are under serious duress, intimidation, yes. But America will not take the responsibility. Had there been no America, had no American in the picture, BNP definitely would have devised a ways that is homemade. And that's why I'm telling you, homemade solution BNP could not take because of certain bombastic democratic values thrown over us by America. And they left us like Afghanistan. And I believe, again I say, if election takes place under our League, and if it is not, if it is without violence, if Jatiya Party is there, if Islamic Jot is there in Kandolon, it means our League will prove, as my brother Zaglul Haider says, total there are 45% vote to the Jot, 45%, and that's enough for a political party.
If I can add something, Dr.
Yes.
Said, thank you. I think America is the leader of the free world. It has its allies in Europe, European Union, and in Southeast Asia, Australia, Japan, Korea, and it's a world leader, free democratic world's leader, America, and America is not declining. Many think that America is declining. No, the others are rising. America is not declining, but others are rising.
Yes.
China, India,
Yes.
South Africa, Russia, everyone is rising. So this world order as it stands, it doesn't accommodate the rising powers. That's why we are seeing many kinds of difficulties. Now, America has to readjust its role in Asia, in Africa, in Latin America. It will do because of its own interest and its commitment to its own people. But here we come, Dr. Said, that what about our own commitment to our own people? Should we be led by someone else from outside? That's the question. You have to be a leader. You need to be smart and be faithful to your own people. America is doing its best to keep its position because it doesn't want to lose its influence in Bangladesh or Southeast Asia or South Asia. So it's doing its best. There is nothing wrong with America. American institutions are working. It is still the leader of the world. But what our leaders are leading, Bangladeshi leaders are leading Bangladesh to and Bangladeshi future generation to, that's the major question. And does it provide standard? And Awami League, as it is, has led the freedom war of independence in 1971. It has grassroots involvement. It has research wing in Awami League. But BNP doesn't have as such this kind of intellectual or research wing. So that I think BNP has lots of homework to do before overthrowing others. It has to really reform itself from within. That better leaders, good leaders can get chance. They can remain there in the leadership position, but they should listen to the people who are really expert in their field. They should accommodate this kind of people and listen to them. That can really save their energy, that can save their existence. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Jamaluddin, what is the conclusion you have?
I believe that name of BNP is the Bangladesh nationalist. If they do that, if they believe that, then Awami League also a believer of Bengali nationalism. So, two political parties, I do not find any difference now. Because of the changing situation, Awami League had to compromise, BNP had to compromise. And at the end of the day, both the political parties, they have got the path of, they have chosen the capitalist market capitalism. They have followed, both the party in the same line, in the economic field. In the foreign field also, they have got the foreign policy. One thing that now is the time to both of them get together and do the election successful, as Awami League said that they will make it fair, free, fair, and participatory. in that case, if it is done, what you also, Sina, you concluded that if Awami League does that, in that case, their existence and the BNP's existence will be there. And the BNP should participate in the election, not in a destructive way. We are not fighting the foreign elements. We are not fighting against the British. We are not fighting against the Pakistan. Now we are one nation. So we should be united in facing the foreign enemies. Don't believe America or any other countries. Don't believe. Americans are not trustworthy. They have destroyed Saddam Hussein. They entered into Saddam Hussein, then they killed him and hanged him. At the same time, they killed Gaddafi. So there are a lot of examples, and they have taken Noriega arrested to their country. This is not a humanitarian activity. These people, they say whatever they say, that they are saying the humanitarian things, manavadikar. It is not. It is just joke they are making. The way they are doing now in Palestine, in Gaza, the way they are bombing in hospital. So they are Zionist. Zionist. Don't believe this Zionists. That is my conclusion, and we should be united and face them.
Well, thank you very much, you all. Viewers, we are about to end this talk show, and before that, I have to summarize in a note that all of the guests are very, very intelligent, and they are very much star, like a star in their own field. Whenever they speak very from the very heart, and they don't play hypocrisy. What Mr. Professor Zaglul Haider says, he says as a political scientist, being very near to the politics also. It is his suffering from the heart. He doesn't want to see this BNP, doesn't want to see this Awami League, want to see this country. He's a patriot. What he believes, his main belief is that I would like to see Bangladesh having BNP Awami League together, moving together. But that is not the issue, because Awami League is overplaying with BNP. BNP is being cornered by Awami League. And nobody is trying to rescue him. In the foreign powers, they are also playing. And what Mr. Dr. Mojibur Doftori says, he is also a leader in Finland. He's a vice chairman of Helsinki committee. It means he in touch with the European politics. And he believes the values and customs of the European politics. And he also cries from the heart what is happening in his own motherland. But they're trying to have a solution. And his solution also is that BNP Awami League should move together. There is no election without BNP and Awami League. If Awami League doesn't go to election, no election. BNP, no election, no election. Everybody believes it. And what Dr. Jamaluddin says, as a political economist, as a chartered accountant, as a banker, he has so many caps on the heads. He also says there must be happy marriage between Awami League and BNP. That is a political happy marriage. But if it does not take place, we will suffer. And all of us have the same view, whether America, India, or whatever the big powers are, they are for their own interest. And they play from their own interest. And all of them believe that BNP Awami League are the homegrown political party. If you say it is cantonment grown, it was born in cantonment. But from 1991, it is the political party of the people of Bangladesh. Jatiya Party was born in cantonment. In 1991, it got 35 seats, tough competition. It became political, people-oriented party. So don't blame the political party, either homeborn or cantonment born, outside cantonment born. Now all the political parties are political parties of the people. We should not use the slang. Slang are no more. Because Begum Khaleda Zia was Prime Minister for 3 times. Jatiya Party from 1986 down to present Parliament. All the time they were in Parliament. How can you say Jatiyo Party is political? Yes, Janma hok jatayata karma hok bhalo. Wherever you born doesn't matter. What you're doing, that is the matter. So all the political party proved. And personally, I believe BNP has a very big support. Big support. And those who believe in Bangladesh Jatiyotawad, knowingly, unknowingly, without research or not, they incline towards BNP. And BNP has big vote box. Vote box. But with all these things, BNP is not in a position to topple the government. Reasons are so many. But thing is that BNP has to topple the government if it wants to carry the message of the people. And how can it possible? People is not concerned with it. People has given you mandate. Please you do it. Whether you can or not cannot, that is up to leadership. Whether leader outside or inside doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because BNP United behind Tarajia. No problem. But problem is there. Somewhere there are some problems. Dr. Doftori says BNP has no research team. Yes, on so many things. BNP politics not organized. Political party as a political party is not well equipped from different angles. But as a popular party, it is very much rich. So difference is as a popular party, it is very rich. Maybe the richest in Bangladesh. But as a political party, it is not well equipped with all the arms and hands together. That is a deep level. And we believe if election takes place under this present government, and if it is in peaceful manner, no logic from the Western world. And our concern is that why election is going to take place, why America played a very big role, why America retreated. I use the word. That is the question to be asked by all the BNPs to themselves, to individual, to group wise. It is not the criticism. It is the realization, overhauling. Why it happened? Why America did it such a way? Therefore, let us pray to Allah. Oh Allah, you save Bangladesh, save democracy, save human rights, save the people, and first of all, give us more and more blessing to move on. And thank you very much all.